a toe-tapping musical extravaganza in Conroe.
A Pulitzer Prize-winning drama comes to Obsidian.
And Harley welcomes a ghostly production to Houston.
It's all coming up on this edition of Houston Theater Beat. Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's Houston Theater Beat. I'm your co-host, John Lazo.
And I'm your co-host, Holly Grice.
And Holly, it's good to welcome you back to the show. It's great to have you co-hosting again.
Thank you.
How were your holidays?
They were wonderful, but
Good.
definitely too short.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, it's good to have you back on board to help me cover theater going on all over Houston. And we're very proud to be the guests this month of the beautiful Crighton Theatre in Conroe. The Crighton, of course, is very familiar to greater Houston area theater goers as one of the beautiful architectural masterpieces amongst all the area theaters. The Crighton was originally constructed in 1935 as a vaudeville theater, around the same time period which gave rise to classic theaters such as Radio City Music Hall. In 1979, the Crighton was completely refurbished and restored back to its original architectural grandeur. And today it plays host to the Montgomery County Performing Arts Society, Stage Right Productions, and several other groups. And of course, Holly, you have information about the next show coming up at Stage Right.
I certainly do, John. And I just have to say, this theater is it's absolutely breathtaking. It really is. So this month's segment, I'll be talking to the cast and crew of Stage Right's upcoming production of Cole Porter's classic musical, Anything Goes. We'll also be hearing some great music from that show, which is coming up soon right here at the Crighton.
And in this month's In Performance segment, I'll be heading to the Heights to join the cast and crew of Lynn Nottage's Pulitzer Prize-winning drama, Ruined, which is set in the Congo.
And in this month's Harley's Hot Ticket, Harley is hanging out at the Hobby Center for the latest entry in this year's fantastic Broadway at the Hobby Center season, Ghost the Musical. Plus, the Marquee will keep you up to date on shows going on all over town. So let's get started. We're right back here at the main stage of the Crighton Theatre, and I'm talking to the cast of Stage Right's upcoming production of Cole Porter's classic musical, Anything Goes. I have Mr. Randy Bianchi here, the director and choreographer of the show. I also have Christina Taylor joining us, who plays Hope Harcourt, and I have Hunter McMahon joining us, playing Mr. Billy Crocker. Can you tell the audience, for those that aren't as familiar with the show, an overview of what it's about and just your experience directing?
Sure. Anything Goes is a 1934 musical comedy set aboard an ocean liner, the SS American. There's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on board the ship, a lot of mistaken identities, and just a lot of madcap antics that take place.
Sounds hilarious.
It's very funny.
And is this your first time directing a musical, Randy?
No, I've directed several others, Annie and Annie Jr., but this is my first musical for the Conroe area.
Great, we're excited to see that. Thank you. And Miss Christina Taylor, tell us about Hope. What's been the most rewarding thing about playing her?
I think it's really fun to get to play Hope and get to know Hope as a character. She struggles with this back and forth between wanting to please her mother and marry someone that would please her mother and has money and keeps that money in the family versus the man she's actually fallen in love with. And she fell in love with him very quickly, and it's just something that throughout the show she struggles with and goes back and forth, not knowing who to go with, whether to trust herself or to please her mother.
Right. Okay. Well, true love never fails, so they say. So, Hunter, you know, this really is truly one of the greatest musicals with the most familiar songs by Cole Porter. What would you say is your favorite musical number in the show?
Probably Easy to Love, because it's the moment where Billy kind of confesses his love to Hope, and he kind of realizes deep down inside that you know, he is good enough for her no matter what he does and no matter where he's at in life. And plus, it's just a lot of fun to sing. I love singing that song so much.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying it. Well, everybody, stay tuned because in just a few moments, we're going to be hearing some great music from the cast of Anything Goes. And that's coming up right now.
No, I'm not a great romancer. I know that you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything goes.
Phenomenal performance. I'm such a big fan of this show. I want to thank you all for coming out today to tell the audience about Anything Goes. Thank you, Randy Bianchi, who's the director and choreographer of the show. Thanks, Christina Taylor, playing Hope Harcourt, and Hunter McMahon, playing Billy Crocker. And Randy, if you could tell the TV audience performance dates, ticket prices, where they can find tickets.
Okay. Anything Goes opens February 14th. It plays through March 2nd. Ticket prices are $20 for adults, $15 for children, and tickets are available on the Stage Right website, which is www.stage-right.org.
Great, thank you. Again, that's www.stage-right.org. Make sure and get your tickets for this toe-tapping musical in the lovely Crighton Theatre. You won't want to miss it. And make sure and stay tuned because we'll be back with more of HTB in just a moment.
Catastrophic Theater presents Clean Through. Nick and Rachel are a couple consumed by love and drugs and a very deep sickness. Nick, a semi-famous musician, has recently had a disastrous, potentially career-ending performance. Now he's stuck. If he wants to make the money to support his habit, he has to perform. In order to perform, he has to get clean. Nick moves to the east end of LA where he can get his fix right outside my window, right between the bars. There he finds a human bond and kinship with a fellow junkie of a very different pedigree. They provide for one another more than one kind of fix. Clean Through runs from February 7th through March the 1st. For information and tickets, visit the Catastrophic website at www.catastrophictheater.com. Upstage Theater presents The Three Musketeers. All for one and one for all. D'Artagnan is accompanied by his sister Sabine as he travels to Paris to join the Musketeers and ends up finding true love, deception, enmity, and enduring friendship. The writer who brought you Lend Me a Tenor and Moon Over Buffalo now brings us a new adventure from a classic time. This not-to-be-missed show features some of Houston's best-known talent. The Three Musketeers runs from February 14th through March the 1st. For information and tickets, visit the Upstage website at www.upstagetheater.org. Stage's Repertory Theater presents Sexy Laundry. Armed with a copy of Sex for Dummies, Alice drags Henry to a swank hotel, determined to rejuvenate their 25-year marriage or go their separate ways. As they awkwardly work their way from lace to leather, Henry and Alice's rediscovery of their dreams and the strength of their relationship is, in turn, familiar, poignant, and laugh-out-loud funny. Sexy Laundry runs from February 5th through March 16th. For information and tickets, visit the Stage's website at www.stagestheater.com. Remember, all show dates are subject to change, so check with the theater websites for the latest information. We'll see you at the show. Hi everybody. I'm here with some folks involved in the latest Obsidian Art Space production, and they are getting ready to put up a wonderful production of Lynn Nottage's incredible play, Ruined. And I'm here with the director, Tom Stell, who's joining us, and also Conroe Black, who's playing Mama Noddy. And then at the very end, we have Atseko Factor, and he's playing Christian. And Tom and actors, thank you very much for joining me on Houston Theater Beat.
Thank you.
It's great to have you guys this month. Tom, a very, very important choice that the Houston Theater Beat audience needs to know about. Lynn Nottage, I was reading about her, and she is one of those playwrights that is also not only playwright but activist. She's written a lot of sort of social justice kind of pieces. Can you tell me why you chose to do Ruined, and also what has the experience been like directing it for you, and also maybe a little bit of what the show's about?
Well, it's really been a pleasure directing it. I'm really happy with the cast, and I chose it for a number of reasons. I've always been kind of interested in the concept of internecine violence and people that fight each other for what sometimes to outsiders seems like no reason at all. And I read the play, and I'd also been noticing a lot that there was a lot of very talented African-American women in the auditions that I would go to, the citywide auditions. And so I knew when I read the play that there was enough talent in town to do it, and I wanted to give them an opportunity to do it. And it's a very important play. It's a 2009 Pulitzer Prize winner, and I felt like it needed to have a Texas premiere.
It is a Texas premiere.
Yes.
That's excellent. Very, very good. Conroe, talk about Mama Noddy and the subject of the play. It's almost might be a little bit difficult for some of the audiences because it does deal with the violence in the Congo, and particularly women being victimized by that. For you as an actress, what has that impact been for you?
Well, honestly, I really love the approach that Tom has taken with this piece, because what he's done is not only point to, oh, it's ruined and this is, he hasn't made it a faraway thing like this is happening in the Congo. What he's done is he's talked to us several times about how we feel as women, like you said, and we're in a situation where there's a lot of there are a lot of terrible things happening to women here as well.
Sure.
And so what he's done is he's really had us all the female characters, all the characters actually, but say how we identify as American women, with these women, whether we've been sexually assaulted or not, but how these different women how they can represent us as well. So it's beautiful because we are bringing awareness to the horrible things that are happening in the Congo, but also not losing sight of the fact that this is a struggle that we all need to be a part of.
Sure. And
we all need to participate in it. And as an actress, I feel very empowered, and I feel just extremely blessed to be a part of it.
Right. Something that affects women all over the world.
Exactly.
Yes. Right. John, I'm working with the Houston Area Women's Center right now to make this part of the fundraiser for them as well.
Good. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Atseko, let's concentrate on the theater part, okay, for you. You're playing Christian. Tell us a little bit about Christian, and then what's been the most fun for you, or the most rewarding as an actor, maybe?
I feel the most fun for myself on stage is that I was able to play with the color of my dialogue, and the fact, that I am a descent of a Congolese, that, it gets me more in tune with enjoying the spectacle of the whole thing. And so I just enjoy doing that, having a participation of sharing my own culture of myself from my father's side.
Sure.
And also just rehearsing the fact that this is a mature cast. I've been doing a lot of community theater, and this has been one of the best for me myself.
Right. Well, it's a very serious drama, and it's a very important piece of literature that you all have decided to bring to Houston audiences, and I think that that's a great thing. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to talk about how you can come and join the folks at Obsidian and see Ruined and support this wonderful production. Everybody stay tuned, because what you're going to see right now is a little bit of a performance, a little bit of a performance from Ruined, and we've got that coming up for you right now.
Are you deaf? What? Are you deaf? I don't need two mouths to feed and pester me.
Take both, feed them as one. Come on, Mama, I'm throwing the cigarettes for cost.
But I only pay for one.
Of course, we agree. Bye.
Josephine! Josephine! Where is that stupid woman? Take them out back. Get them cleaned and some proper clothing. Jou! Sasa! Wait! You, come here. Come. What is your name?
Salima.
What?
Salima.
Rough. A digger. You'd have to do something about that. And you, come. Are you a pretty thing? What's your name?
Sophie.
Do you have a smile?
Yes.
Then let me see it. Good. Go get washed up. Come on. Now. Did you at least tell them this time?
Yes. They know and they come willing.
And?
Salima is from a tiny village. No place really. She was captured by the rebel soldiers. My. Poor child spent nearly 5 months in the bush as their concubine.
What of her people?
She says her husband is a farmer. And from what I understand, her family won't have her back. Because... But she's a simple girl. She doesn't have much money. I wouldn't worry about her.
And the other?
So... Sophie
is what?
Is ruined.
You brought me a girl that's ruined?
She cost you nothing.
I paid money for her, not the other one. The other one is plain. What do I need with another plain girl?
I know this, okay? Don't get worked up. Look, Sophie's a good girl. She won't trouble you.
Oh, how do I know that, huh?
Because I am telling you. Look, the girl's seen some very bad times.
Yeah? And why is that my concern?
Take her for a month. You'll see. She's a good girl. Hard worker.
But ruined. Am I right?
Yeah. Look. The militia did ungodly things to the child. Took her with them. Bayonet and left her for dead.
I don't need to hit! Are you done?
Things are getting busy, Mama. people are talking about how this red dirt is rich with culture. Suddenly everybody has a shovel that wants to pick up the fortune ever since that pigment dug up his fortunes and reserve. There'll be twice as many miners here by September. So take her. Put it to work for you.
And what makes you think that I have any use for her, huh?
The girl cooks, cleans, and she sings like an angel. And Mama, you haven't had nice music here ever since that one, the beauty Camille got the AIDS.
I can't, okay? A girl like this is bad luck. I can't do it.
Actors and Tom, thank you very much for that little bit of a peek at the performance from Ruin. Very powerful stuff from Lynn Nottage's Pulitzer Prize winning play, Coming to Obsidian. Tom, share with the Houston Theater Beat audience how they can get tickets, the dates that the show is running, and what they need to know.
Thank you, John. The show opens February the 27th and runs until March 22nd, and it's Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and on the 16th of March we have a Sunday matinee as well. And the most important thing to consider is it's www.obsidianartspace.org is where you can find out all the information and buy the tickets. Tickets are $20 and $10 for students and seniors.
Good. So, everybody that remember, Ruin is going to be coming to Obsidian Art Space, and it is an Obsidian Art Space production. And you can find out more about the show and get your tickets at www.obsidianartspace.org, which of course everybody's familiar with is the Obsidian website. It's very good. And come join the folks and experience this really, really moving drama by Lynn Nottage. I'd like to thank my guests for this segment. That's Tom Stell. He's the director of Ruined. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Conroe Black, who's playing Mama Nadi, and down on the end, Atseko Factor, who's playing Christian. And everybody stay tuned, because we're going to be back with more of the show in just a moment.
Harley has scared up a haunting romance for February's hot ticket. Ghost the Musical will be coming to Houston as part of the GEXA Broadway series at the Hobby Center. Ghost the Musical features an original pop score from multiple Grammy Award winners Dave Stewart, who's one half of the 80s pop duo The Eurythmics, and Glenn Ballard, who was a co-writer with Alanis Morissette on the multi-platinum album Jagged Little Pill. It is adapted from the hit film by its Academy Award-winning screenwriter Bruce Joel Rubin, whose other credits include Jacob's Ladder and The Time Traveler's Wife. Ghost follows Sam and Molly, a young couple whose connection takes a shocking turn after Sam's untimely death. Trapped between two worlds, Sam refuses to leave Molly when he learns that she is in grave danger. Desperate to communicate with her, he turns to a storefront psychic who helps him protect Molly and avenge his death. AP calls Ghost the Musical eye-poppingly brilliant with glorious songs, and WOR Radio calls it one of the most adventurous and modern musicals ever seen. Ghost the Musical is part of Broadway at the Hobby Center's incredible 2013-2014 season, which also includes The Book of Mormon, Peter and the Starcatcher, Chicago, and Warhorse. Ghost runs from February 18th through the 23rd at the Hobby Center. For more information about the show, please visit the Hobby Center website at www.thehobbycenter.org.
Well, that's all for this month's edition of Houston Theater Beat. I'm your co-host, John Lazo.
And I'm your co-host, Holly Grice.
And until next time,
we'll see you at the show.